when you were, can you give me a story that you can talk about in the? I want a crazy MC story. Were you local?
Yeah.
It was all local.
Yeah. I'm a local guy. I've been everywhere, man. But
So do you still run into your old?
Every now and again.
Yeah.
My name is good and everything.
Yeah,
Everything's
good.
It's not like, man. It's not like National Geographic and everything.
Sure.
Don't believe everything you see and read.
For sure. Yeah.
It is a MC culture. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a motorcycle club culture.
Yeah.
There's bad eggs in Denny's. There's bad eggs at the post office. There's bad eggs in everything.
Yep.
At the heart of all of it, it's a motorcycle culture, man.
Yeah.
And you see people. It's just not my world anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just hats off to it. I respect it. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's
man, I loved it.
Yeah.
I did love it. I absolutely loved it. But it's just not good for me personally.
Yeah. Is there a I guess is there any sort of like MC for people who have left the MC life, if that makes any sense?
There's different clubs for different. They have different vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So different clubs have different vibes, and there's someone that says, "I'm just not feeling that. I'm going to go another direction." And there's never been no hard feelings like that. If you don't feel like you need to be in that club, that club will be like, okay. Yeah. Like, it's not like you can't leave here,
It makes sense because
why would you want to be there for something that you don't want to do?
Not only that, but you're a volatility at that point because you don't want to be there. You're being there against your will. So like now you're malleable. If
you want to leave. It's not like the media and everything wants to make it out to be. It's at the heart of it. It's just people who love riding motorcycles and who actually give a shit. They do care about each other, man. You go through a lot together, man. You create bonds,
dude. I will tell you this. If I was in a situation where there was an MC or a police officer, and I was in a bind, I'd probably hit the MC guy up first.
You will 100%. Absolutely.
There's no scenario in which I could be like, that guy's like
Damn, the uniform's cooler, man.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. That's true. The uniform is way cooler.
Yeah. No, man. I agree with that 100%. I've had my run in with the law too much, and I've had more bad than good.
Yeah.
I now keep myself out of that.
Yeah.
Trouble. I've spent too much time on that.
Yeah. I don't like. I don't go into I'll talk to a cop if I absolutely have to. I think the last time I may have talked to a cop was when I was parking for work. Yeah. And I was like, hey, can I park here? And that was literally it.
Yeah.
But no, I understand what you mean about the brotherhood and like the there's a certain level of like honor and stuff like that. I mean, it's a don't start no shit, won't be no shit type culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I can appreciate because, like we said before, the whole the hardcore motorcycle club pipeline.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's all the same thing. Like we're all the out of step with the world. Like Matter Threat. Like we are all that underbelly culture, man. That's just what it is, and it's seamless. It's a seamless.
It's an underbelly culture with a different patch.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's literally all it is, man. It's. And that I will be punk rock to the day I fucking die.
I mean, that's more of a mentality, and and that's what a lot of people don't understand is that that's not something like you don't grow out of that mentality. It just shifts to the adult version of that.
Yeah,
and some of us, go into work that looks more like weird artistic shit or weird artistic shit like you, and at the end of the day it's just we are off the beaten path.
Absolutely,
we are off the beaten path. The first person that I talked to about this that totally it opened my eyes, and it was just so weird. It was a few years ago. I interviewed Shane Smith, comedian Shane Smith.
Okay.
He is a hilarious guy. His dry bar comedy special is the one that popped off, and it was basically him talking about him being part of a motorcycle club.
Really?
And like, you know, he was in an MC and like all of this other stuff, and it's a hilarious. It is one of my favorite comedy specials. Anyway, the guy has face tattoos and stuff, and has a big neck tattoo that I didn't realize what it was until I looked at it closer. It's 3 X's.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
he's a straight edge hardcore guy.
Yeah.
So
I know who you're talking about now.
So
yeah.
I interviewed him a few years ago.
Okay.
And we were talking because his favorite band, and this is before he became a Christian, he recently became a Catholic.
Oh, recently?
Recently. Still the nicest dude, and so funny. Holy shit, so funny. So we're sitting there and talking, and he talks about how there is how he grew up in the hardcore scene in, I want to say Utah, and his favorite band is Sleeping Giant.
Dude, no way.
His favorite band was Sleeping Giant, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, what was their other band? Death Star.
Death Star,
yes. Dude, Sleeping Giant,
yep.
Impending Doom.
Death Star X, Impending Doom. Dude, I saw Impending Doom in the middle of a church, in the middle of a Baptist church, in the middle of nowhere, out in like Mount Dora, maybe? I don't know. But it was awesome. They were so good. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm sitting there talking to Shane, and he tells me about, like, you know, he grew up in beatdown hardcore, and then he got into motorcycles because his stepfather was head of one of the motorcycle clubs there. And he's telling me about all these fucking wild stories about robbing people and shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And he is the nicest dude.
Yeah.
Like the absolute, like, just nicest guy. But like the guy is wild.
Yeah.
But that was the first time that I like really, that I was like, holy shit, there is a pipeline here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, that you know, again, there's bad eggs and everything.
Sure, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Not that that's what it's all about, but like,
yeah.
Like I used to be security guard at a local venue, and we would always rob the drug dealers, you know.
Yeah,
like you see them coming and be like, either you got to go outside with that, or you get beat up in the bathroom. Which one do you want to do? You know,
that's kind of that's an easy choice there.
Yeah, but it just came so naturally. Like I always gravitated towards that because I always wanted to be a tough guy.
Sure, yeah.
I have Napoleon complex. Dude, when I was in 9th grade, I was 4'4", 75 pounds.
Oh,
when I graduated,
okay.
I was barely 100 pounds. Like,
okay,
all I want is to feel like, you know,
yeah.
I want to be the toughest guy ever. So.
For me, it was never like, I just had a short temper.
Yeah.
Like the reason that I landed in a military school overseas is not because there are only 2 types of people that go to military school. There are the problem children, and then there are the people that have military aspirations. Okay. I was the former. Very much the former. Believe it or not, I know.
You got me fooled, my friend.
I know,
let me
right?
tell you.
Yeah. You'd have thunk I was a proper military kid with my uniform and shit.
Yeah.
But I did really well there. It was just like, you know, again, it's the culture that I was not, you know, I didn't like.
Yeah.
But I did well with the ones and zeros with it because it's another culture.
Yeah.
MC culture borrows from military culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gangs, you know, do that. It's just a structure.
It is a structure.
Yeah.
It all operates under a same blanket. Same
exactly.
umbrella,
they just have more money for uniforms and bombs.
Indeed.
That's all that is.
That's it.
That's all that is. So, like, what was the catalyst for the change, the transformation, and did it happen at the same time? Did you leave motorcycle club culture at the same time as you started, you know, getting, you know, rehabilitated?
A little bit of not an overlap there. So when I left, it's actually a pretty crazy story. So, I lost my grandmother when I was 2 years old. This is all going to come full circle. I lost my grandmother when I was 2 years old. I've always had this feeling that she's my guardian angel. As unspoken as it is, I have one memory of her. I was 2 years old, but I have a memory of her. My dad one night, he called me, and he said, I just woke up, and your grandma visited me in a dream and said that you're in danger right now. And I was like, okay. And then the next day, my aunt called me and said the same thing, and those two didn't talk to each other.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I found out they didn't talk to each other. And I was like, okay, something weird's going on.
Yeah, that's
and
scary.
I when my granny, like, I just know. Like, there's something inside my spiritually. Like, I'm just like, okay, something's going on. And I was kind of already feeling like things are going bad, and I got to make a decision here. And And that was kind of the head of it that really told me, you know what, it's time to move on. And I moved on, and like probably a month after I got out, like everybody started getting locked up. And I'm talking federally, fucking 40
Damn, dude.
Like there was a fucking guy that flipped in the club, and I don't know how to this day. I'm just blessed beyond measure because that could have been me.
Yeah. So you never ended up. Wow, no, dude.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing came to me, and I really just it's like the prayers of your grandmother, you know. It's just, that's all it is, and you know, I still getting out of that. I'm still the same person.
Oh yeah, of course.
I made the patch. The patch didn't make me, kind of.
Yeah.
Thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm still the same person with or without a club.
Exactly.
And so I'm still a wild motherfucker. Yeah. You know.
Exactly.
I've since worked on it now. Yeah. You know. But at that time,
we've literally met that way. It's okay.
Yeah.